Yeah, yeah. It's just something still going on here. It's not streaming live properly. I mean, I switched to. No, it says we got bad video output low. What the heck? All right, let me try and restart this on YouTube again. Yeah. Again. All right, so we'll be right back, folks. Are you going to stream it, Johnny? Yeah.
Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Big Bill coming to you live from YouTube Model Builders. It is, again, December 16th, 2017, and this will be the last show for 2017. And we have a special guest with us on tonight, and that is Model Man Mike Phillips, the gentleman who started this whole thing that we're watching now. And are we still having problems?
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if YouTube has an issue.
Well,
we'll get there, folks. Don't worry.
Well, as I used to say on the trains, when the subway train was caught, if you guys can hear me out there, we are sorry for the inconvenience. We do appreciate your cooperation in this matter. We will be moving momentarily due to a red signal that's ahead of us.
Yeah.
Please remember to purchase your Metro cards upon leaving the station. And remember to take all your garbage, coffee cups, and other sort of paraphernalia with you.
Did you used to do that? You never did that on the subway, did you?
Yeah, I did. And dispose of them in the proper receptacles that are located on the platform for your convenience. Remember, a clean in New York is up to all of us.
Hey. Put that up. Hey.
There's Dave's decals.
Yeah, I'm just testing to share it, so. Yeah, it shows like the live stream is still running.
Ooh,
yeah, when we do the giveaways, I'll share my screen, which has the graphics, Bill.
Now, if I watch porn, can y'all see that?
So we're wait a minute. We're live right now. So those that are on the live chat, can you see us now? Yes. Okay. Dave Ward, TRP. But see, I'm getting that buffering circle again, and we can hear you. David Elkin says, "Okay, well,
okay.
you yeah, okay." So,
can you have Bill up on the outbound feed then, or us up on the outbound feed, Johnny?
Can you delete that because I just made a comment that
and you can only hear me. Okay, the home screen is up. Okay, so this is called a screw up, not on our part, somewhere down the line, the sixth screw up. But as we used to say on the subway system here in the great city of New York, we are sorry for this inconvenience. We do appreciate your cooperation. We will be moving momentarily as soon as the red signal ahead of us turns to green. We appreciate your cooperation in this unsightly manner. Please remember to purchase your Metro cards as you leave the station and take all your paraphernalia, coffee cups, and other assorted garbage with you and place them in the proper receptacle on the platform for your convenience. Remember, a clean in New York is up to all of us. Thank you for riding the MTA, going your way. Okay,
you were so good, Bill.
Now we got a picture. Now we got a picture, Bill. I had to switch. You're on the. Never mind. Just go with it.
I'm going with it right here, right now. Here, look at this.
Hey, there we go.
Here's the deal, folks. We had a glitch, and as you can tell, we had a big glitch, a very big glitch, and it prevented us for 19 minutes to come on live and to start this show in the most professional and proper way. But you know us, we just took the rule book and threw it out.
Amen.
Because that's how we roll here on YouTube Model Builders. So here we go. YouTube Model Builders is live tonight. Or somewhat live, but we're live. And it's December 16th. It has been December 16th, and it will be December 16th until 12 midnight tonight. And 2017. And this will be the last show of 2017. And tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Model Man Mike with us, who is so gracious to appear on the show with us. How much what was the check, Mike, that we sent to you to be on the show?
6 tacos.
6 tacos. Oh, I was arguing for 4, but anyway. We got Model Man Mike on the show, but before we do that, we have some homework we have to do. Just to let you guys know that we're finishing out December here on the YouTube Model Builders. On December 20th, that's a Wednesday night, we're going to have Into the Locomotive Shop with our good friend Joe Desmond. Joe Desmond's going to do a thing on an N-scale engine, a little bit more complicated than he did the last time. Well, the last time we had a little glitch in that. Well, no, a personal reason we had to move out. So we're going to do that December 20th, Into the Locomotive Shop with Joe Desmond, and myself and Barry will be on. That's a Wednesday evening. That will start at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on December 26th, our good friend Ralph Renzetti will be on. That's the day after Christmas here. So when you guys are like tinkering with your new toys and getting everything that you need to to that you got for your Christmas wish list. I hope that everything you get is good. We're going to have Ralph Renzetti Workbench to Mainline Weathering. That's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for all of you guys that are keeping count, we have 2 more Thursdays left in this month. And that means Johnny's Model Train Talk Show will be on December 21st and again on December 28th. And that show starts at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So without further ado, let's just bring Model Man Mike right in. We'll hold off on the giveaways in a little bit. Already they want to know where the Eric Hall wants to know where is the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Did you
had to pop this on?
No, that's
there. There you go.
There you go. That's the lazy man's.
Well, it took me an hour and a half to fix my hair, and I just didn't want to mess it up with the hat.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Thanks, Bill, for having me on tonight. It's been a while.
It has been, my friend.
Yeah.
Excuse me, everybody, for blowing my nose. I'm coming off a cold, so please excuse me. I don't mean to be rude or gross or anything, but I am coming off a cold. Anyway, yeah, Mike, it has been a while, and I'm glad that you decided. I'm glad that you acquiesced to come on.
Yeah,
there you go with that big word again, Bill.
I know.
I don't know what it means.
I don't either. I opened the Cracker Jack box and it was in there, so I said it must mean something like that, But you've been let's for those that don't know, let's give a little background, okay? YouTube Model Builders started about 3 years ago, and it started under the auspices of Model Man Mike here. Mike had been doing some videos, weathering, model building videos, and we happened to do the Hangouts when the Hangouts were something that were pretty new at the time from Google.
And those were fun. We had a lot of modelers come into those.
We had plenty of model railroad joining it. Right, exactly. We joining in on the Hangouts, and we were kicking around some ideas, and Mike came up with this idea of promoting YouTube modelers on YouTube Model Builders, and what the concept of the idea was to highlight people's YouTube videos that were in the modeling railroad, and that's basically exclusively what it was meant to do. And in doing so, he wanted to
show people. It's like to show people how to start a video, and I'm getting feedback.
There you go.
What it was all about was trying to get people involved in creating YouTube videos, because whenever I would go out to see modeling, and I hope I'm not stepping on you here, Bill, but I just don't want to see you get out of breath.
No, I'm good. I'm sitting down.
If I start turning purple, you just feel free to tap me on the shoulder. But in the beginning, it really was. It was, and I wanted more videos to watch on YouTube. At that time, there weren't very many video YouTube producers that were doing model railroading. There were very few, like James and Eric Hall. I think he's in the chat thing. There were a few that were around, but there just wasn't so many people doing it to really get into some of the stuff that I wanted to see. And I started reaching out to different people to get involved in trying to put something together to drum up incentives to do more in-depth model railroading videos. And so YouTube Model Builders Live was put together to kind of introduce what the group that we used to meet on Google Hangouts, which I think that consists of several different people. But I think what we wound up with was, in the beginning was Johnny and a few other people. Everybody knows Johnny. That's why I mentioned him. But I think what's the other? The Facebook page.
That was Derek Glass, right?
Derek, Derek, and there's a whole bunch of different people that got together, and as things turned out, we wanted to do something totally free with no charge, so it didn't cost anybody anything. So it took a lot of volunteers and stuff, and it just turned out that we wound up with the people that we did, and so the people that had the time to put in and help people, get their video channels started, and I believe it's done that. I mean, I can go out now and search the web for model railroading, structure building, or whatever I want to see, and you can find it now. And that's all that's like popped up, in the last 3 years. Now, I don't want to say that it's all because of that, but like I say, there were several people already doing it. James, that's the gentleman I was trying to remember. He did that model railroading on a budget, I think, and then. Yeah, and the other Brian 102256 or with Brian, I actually was talking to Brian before I ever even got involved in any of this stuff. I used to talk to him through his channel, but I was just the average guy, and it was just, we're looking for a free way to deliver YouTube videos to people, and this was the way to do it. And so the introductory live show was kind of the congregation point, and then from there it spawned out to a magazine and these hangouts, and there's so many people involved in this now, and it gets people creating videos. They create their channels and go out and create videos and throw them up, and I hope that with the hangouts and stuff that's going on now, that more and more people do that. The name itself is YouTube Model Builders, and that's what it was about, was creating YouTube videos for others to see for free.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. And in the course of doing this, Mike and his lovely wife Tina, she's in the U.S. military. She serves right now for the Army, and at the time that this idea was conceived, Mike was in Germany, and which caused a lot of us to lose a lot of sleepless nights, because it was early morning for him, but late at night for us, and when it reached lunchtime for Mike, it became dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was still on doing it.
I remember
the
hangouts. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing, Barry. One more thing, Bill. Before you know it, it's daylight outside.
Yeah.
And now, and then in subsequently, because she's in the military, she received orders to transfer, and they moved to South Korea.
Yeah. And
we were broadcasting from there, and in the height of this, that Mike was involved in, the move from Germany. If you know about the military, if you've been in the military, the move from Germany to South Korea, and then he moved back to the States. All his stuff never showed up. So then Mike moved back to Texas with his wife. She's still presently in, and a lot of people want to know, who are familiar and who are personal, who know you, want to know the reason why.
Yeah, well, let me back up just a little bit, because I have to say something here. And, being the last show, I guess it needs to be said that at that period when we moved from Germany to South Korea, I had asked a few others in the modeling community to cover the show until I get to South Korea, in which case, for whatever reason, that didn't work out. And there were two gentlemen that stepped up to the plate and carried the torch through that whole period. And these two gentlemen are sitting here, and I can honestly say right here that this would have never continued this long if these two gentlemen hadn't stepped up there. So I hear Bill a lot say, hey, you know, Mike started this, but I can honestly say that without these two getting involved and stepping up at that point, when I can just say that others just completely failed, they just couldn't do it. And after making the commitment, these guys on a moment's notice jumped in there and picked it up and carried it on. And you wouldn't be watching these shows without them. So I just wanted to say that. So on that move, whenever I moved to South Korea, we stayed there for about a year, and I got notice that my youngest son had cancer. He had stage 4 cancer, and at that time again, I had to drop out of the YouTube model builders stuff. And I mean, it was like almost overnight. I mean, I flew back to the States and hooked up with my son. And I've spent the last couple years, 2.5 years, working through with him. I stayed at home with him. I cared for him just like a care nurse for several months, and didn't have much time for anything at all outside of taking care of my son. So I was out of the picture completely, and I know that these two gentlemen here carried on most all this. Bill is like, I was the lead in all this, and Bill took that. I think I called him the evening or the day I was leaving, and said, hey, you know, you're going to have to pick this up, you know, and he did. I mean, it's just it's just amazing how easy these guys are. And you know, I ask them for money, but I don't get that, but I can get everything else, you know. So
checks in the mail, Mike. Checks in the
remember,
mail.
you got a 12-pack of tacos from Taco Bell out of this deal, okay?
Yeah. So I've spent the better part of the last 3 years working with my son, and I say that, I mean, I think about the last 7 or 8 months, he's quote unquote in remission, and we've just in the last few months helped him into an apartment. He's got a daughter that I also help take care of, and we've now got him in an apartment with his daughter, and he's going to school to be an electrician, and he's getting on with his life. So and in the meantime, 3 months ago, we moved again. So we've moved now to Killeen, Texas, which is just outside of Fort Hood. And this is where she works now. So, and now we'll drive back up to Dallas from time to time and go see my son. And all my kids live there. Well, my older son lives in California, but most of my family, immediate family, lives in Dallas. So now that we're here, I don't have any room whatsoever in this tiny military apartment. I don't have any room to set up any tables to do any building or anything. So, but that's kind of the story. And I've stayed away. I don't, you know, I don't mind sharing some of the hardships that we've been through now that we're through them, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that care about me and have made comments like that, and just didn't want to trouble anybody with it. You know, it's just it's a hard thing to go through. And you know, as a matter, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and whenever I went and talked to the doctor about that, they told me he had 3 months to live. And you know, we thought that was it. Fortunately for us, we were able to find a doctor there in Dallas that was a specialist on the type of cancer that he had, and we were able to get it all knocked out. I'm happy, you know. I can't ask for more than that. So
we're happy for you.
Yeah.
That is a great Christmas present. That is a great Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's a good kid, you know.
He is. We had an opportunity where I've spoken to Skylar on video chat and during his treatment, and he is he was very uplifting and very positive in his, you know, his demeanor. So, and great kid too. So it's nice to hear. But that would be the reason why Mike was out of the picture for so long. And now that, as they said in The Godfather 3, just when he thought he was out, they're trying to drag him back in. Yeah. But like he says, he's in a small apartment. His apartment, I believe, is so small. What, you have to go outside to change your mind, right?
Yeah, right. Or like, you know, when you put the key in the front door, you break the windows in the back of the house.
Oh,
what you said.
Good one. That is small. Wow.
It's military life, though, you know, and I hope that we will. Well, I talked to the wife earlier about it, you know, just renting a house and just, you know, moving it, because we got to have more room even just for us. I mean, it's just so tiny, you know, and at that point, maybe there's a possibility that I could. I know, and I have a lot of people that bug me about making videos, and a lot, you know, you can only imagine. I mean, always asking when my next video is going to be. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been 3 years. I mean, since I've done that, I'm just amazed that people still watch them, you know.
Well, this is our 43rd episode. So, you know, September was like 3 years ago when Bill and I picked it up, you know. So, you know, by this September coming up, it would be 4 years for YouTube Model Builders Live.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really would like to make at least a couple more videos, you know, but we together, YouTube Model Builders and the whole group have all done what I was trying to do, which is get more people interested. You know, it's funny, you know, I tell this story from time to time. You gentlemen probably know Luke Tillman.
Yeah.
I believe it was Luke. That you know, he told me, he says that he was going to open a YouTube channel, and that he hoped to be able to produce videos at least as good as the ones I produced. And I was just ecstatic to have somebody put up another channel. I did the productions the way I did to get attraction, you know, and say, hey, this is stuff that people can produce for free on YouTube. And so Luke was one of those that, you know, that just kind of woke me up at that point and said, hey, you know what, this is working. You know, people are watching these videos, and now they're going to get out and they're going to produce some. So,
well, Eric Aldis made a comment here. He says Mike has more viewers than most and has not made a video in 3 years. So that's a testament to the quality of the work you do, Mike.
Well, I mean, anybody can do that. I believe that. I believe that if you spend the time on it, it's like I say, and I say this over and over, that the video a lot of times takes longer to make than the model itself, you know. So you can make a model. It might take you a week to do that, but it might take you 2 or 3 weeks to you know, you have to spend the time on it to get a decent quality. And I can tell you that that's a lot of experimentation with those videos, and a lot of playing around and a lot of time, you know. And so when somebody says, hey, will you make another video? I mean, you're putting 50 to 60 man hours into putting together a video like that. And all I'm trying to do is just get people to create any kind of a video. I really enjoy watching Bill's videos. There's no production really per se in the videos that Bill does.
But they're entertaining.
You know what I'm saying? There's no software used. He gets on his phone. He just put together a couple of videos where he's walking around through Brooklyn, showing a lot of the buildings and stuff around there. I really appreciated that. I thought that was fantastic. You know, and talking about the structures, and you know, pointing out, hey, you modelers, you might like this building, and he shows the building and stuff. And you know what? Think about it. I'm in Texas. I don't have those old buildings here. I don't have them. I see them in movies. I've been to New York. I lived out there for a month and a half. But you know, I don't see that. So just all I'm saying is, anybody puts up anything that's a video, it doesn't need a huge production to do it. So.
Well, Robert Holman wants to know, Mike, are you going to be round a little more often?
Well, I'm getting really round.
Yes. No, I saw that this afternoon.
You gotta wait to catch up to me and Bill, though.
Yeah, I'm. You know, I hope to. Like I say, the problem I have right now is that the apartment that I'm in is really small, and for me to even put this together for tonight, I had to. I'm gonna have to beat a dog.
Yeah,
I had to, you know, finagle a bunch of stuff in my living room because I'm trying to fight my dog. But if I'm able to get in a situation where, oh goodness,
can't blame that on me, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, just so that you know, Marty from Down Under 1107 says, it's all coming together now. This is the bloke who started this scale mayhem. Only ever seen him in his videos, which are superb. Good day, Mike from sunny Queensland, Down Under.
Get him, doggy, get him.
Oh, good. Yes, if I get in a situation where I'm able to, like I was telling Johnny earlier, you know, that I'm going to try and set something up so I'm at least able to get into chat. I'm in no position whatsoever right now to do any builds. But
I thought the dog was dragging around the scene.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. And if you don't have my Facebook, you can always get me on my Facebook if you have a question or something for me. But as far as actually putting up videos on my YouTube channel, that's going to be a while. I'm hoping to be able to get into some of the the Hangouts.
Yes, that would be
start visiting with people. So,
well, Mike, if you don't mind me interrupting you for 1 second here.
No, do what you got to do.
Do you think Barry would do the giveaways? Because
oh yeah,
sure enough.
And then I'm going to step away for just a minute and tend to these dogs.
Buddy Long says it's so good to see Mike again. His videos were inspiration for me for modeling and weathering buildings. Praying for him and his family. Well, buddy, thank you.
Yeah, it's funny that you did that video, Bill, because when I drive around, I'm always looking for neat building ideas. All right, I'm ready to share this stuff here, John. If you want to pop me up on a shared so we can show the images. All right, there we go.
Well, there we go. Dave's Decals is giving away 2 free sheets of any decals from his collection, and he has a great selection. So your choice of 2 decals, and go visit him at www.daveart.net. And again, he has other stuff. He has weathering powders, and he has decals up the wazoo, as we would say. And he has other great stuff too down there, buildings and lighting, and really just a whole bunch of good stuff. So visit him at www.daveart.net. Your choice.
Don't forget those scale newspapers too, Bill.
Right, and he does have scale newspapers down there, which are really good, good stuff. And Strikeforce Hobbies is giving away a $50 gift certificate. Strikeforce Hobbies has been with us for almost 2 years now. And anybody who wins this will definitely be getting a gift certificate of $50. Thank you, Strikeforce Hobby. That's greatly appreciated. And go visit them at strikeforcehobbies.com. Check their website out, because they got a ton of stuff. Even if you're not into model railroading, shipbuilding, plane building, anything, paints, weathering stuff, tools, these guys got everything. So check them out at strikeforcehobbies.com. And from Weathering Decals, our good friends at Weathering Solutions, they'll be giving away any 3 products. You can get their oil stains, their rust spots, and graffiti. If you're lazy like me and you want to use rust spots and the graffiti stuff and the oil stains and whatever, this stuff really works really well. I recommend it because I've used it, and It's good stuff. So the winner will get to pick any 3 products from this website, Weathering Solutions, and go check out their website as well, because they got a really, really good stuff. And from our good friends at Central Valley Model Works, we have a 150-foot scale punch plate bridge kit. It's this is the most popular giveaway in this, and this is from Central Valley Model Works, and we'd be more than happy to have this. If you win, they'll ship it out to you. So it's a 150-foot punch plate bridge kit. All those that have won it have said it has been a challenge to put it together. It does. It's not for your beginner, you know, beginner, moderate, and up, but it's worth the challenge, and it's not that hard. So,
you know, let me say something. Thanks, guys, because these guys right here have been doing this for a long time, and those are not peep kits. I remember them doing those early. I mean, they've really stuck it out with you guys.
They have.
And
Jeff and Heather.
Watching. Thanks.
Jeff and Heather, yes.
Central Valley, awesome.
Yeah. And also from White River Productions, is giving away a free 3-month subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. As always, bringing the best in model railroading since 1933. And that would be it for that. And before we go on, I think it's imperative that we, to continue this discussion, just want to, you know, clarify some things here. Michael was so gracious earlier in his comments of Barry and I picking up the, you know, doing the heavy lifting and picking up the mantle where we had to lift off. But there's so many other people that are behind the scenes here, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention them. Johnny is stalwart. Johnny is the fireman. He's the go-to guy. Barry is, you know, as we all know, congratulations, Barry. Had a recent
still has some hair left.
He still, but Barry recently got married, and you know, his has a newfound family. Congratulations. And Barry was, you know, Barry had sometimes had to not be with us, and John was, you know, if I called John up and said Barry just called, he can't make it. Johnny was the fireman. He came to the rescue.
He is literally Johnny on the spot.
Johnny on the spot, but also Johnny has been very instrumental in putting together a lot of the new production videos that are out there, and a lot of the new themes that we're coming up with. He's very instrumental, and we brought Andy Crawford on last year. I think was it a year and a half ago?
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
right when YouTube moved over, when Google Hangouts transitioned to a new platform. Andy was instrumental in helping us to move seamlessly. And none of the glitches are his fault. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But he helped us. He helped us seamlessly move over to doing what we do now and what the product that you see now. And you know, JD, the editor-in-chief, and everybody who works under him. He puts out a splendid, if not an excellent magazine, electronic magazine that by far is you know, is just good. Every time he puts out a 58-page e-magazine, he's, you know, he puts a lot of effort. His staff puts a lot of effort into it, and then he's like, "I'm coming back for 65 pages next."
That's big.
So you know, he does a great job. So,
it'd be a lot of pictures.
Barry and I, you know, we were just honored enough to, you know, basically we were just too stupid to realize what we were getting into, you know, and we just picked it up. And where it has gone from here, you know, is with the help of, you know, Barry, John, Andrew, and all the contributors that come on, and everybody who has worked effortlessly to put this together. But most important, the biggest contributor is you, the community out there.
Yep.
If you wanted something, you asked for it, and we did it. And but if you guys didn't tune in and you guys didn't watch, and if you guys didn't tell another modeler, you know, and I almost forgot. And how ridiculous can I be for almost forgetting these two gentlemen, Bill Baronic and Miles Hale.
Yep.
First and foremost, that's a score in itself, getting these two guys. You know, Bill Baronic, the track planner, who's experienced in track planning, has endeavored and helped a lot of guys understand operations, understand their plans, understand what they're doing. And Miles Hale, the consummated modeler, university, model railroading, Trainmaster TV, and he's gracious enough to come aboard this and help us and to spread the word and to put it out there for us. So everybody involved that's behind the scenes here in the production has done a great job. But again, I go back to you guys out there. Without you, we don't got anything. Nothing's going to be just talking to empty air. So we thank you for what you have done for us and what we hopefully have done for you. And with that said, we will start the second segment of this and with an announcement. And we'll discuss it amongst Modeler Man Mike. And we here at YouTube Model Builders have made a decision. The live show, this will basically be the last show for 2017. The live show will be going away. We've informed the giveaway partners that we will not be doing it going into 2018. That does not mean that the live show has failed or that the live show is not working. What has happened is that when the live show was originally, the concept of the live show was to put the YouTube model on, who produced videos out there. And then it morphed into something a little bit more where we were trying to do modules, you know, we were showing layouts, we were having discussions on, you know, camera down on the thing and trying to get into doing other things. What has since happened in almost 4 years or 3.5 years is that the other shows, the productions, have overtaken us. The live show is just a show that's put on the third Saturday of the month, and it's not really doing what it was originally supposed to do. With that said,
it was actually successful. It was successful and probably could have ended a year ago. You know,
most likely it was so. Yeah. It's been so successful that our success has been our demise, if you will.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's not that we don't like doing this. It's harder to get guests on the show. Believe it or not, it's for technical reasons. Some people don't have a webcam. Some people don't want to get a webcam. Some people, their schedules don't allow them to be partaking in it, and that's one of them. The other thing is, you know, like I said, the YouTube Model Builders production that Johnny is now head up as the production manager. Him and Andy have really worked really hard to bring content to the daily, you know, into the locomotive shop, workbench to mainline with Ralph Renzetti, and all the contributors are doing, you know, more than what the live show has done. And so we talked about it, we thought about it, and we decided that we were going to end it. So this technically will be the last show for 2017. No, Johnny is not snoring. My son is spending the weekend with us, and since my layout is in the room that he used to occupy, and he no longer has that room. He sleeps on an air mattress in the living room. So. But I do apologize.
I thought it was my dog. I was like,
what? No.
I thought the dog was chewing on your ankle or something like that.
No. Getting back to it, that doesn't mean that Barry or myself are going away. We have plans for 2018.
You're still doing the Barry and Mike show, right, Barry?
No, we haven't done that for a while because of the Arduino show kicked in, and we kind of ran the gamut of what we were planning to do with JMRI and everything. So we kind of put that to bed for a while. I mean, we'll probably resurrect something in the future, but like coming up in January, I mean, me and Mike work with Miles Hale for Model Railroad University and teach at Amherst. So come the fall, we start preparing for that. And there's a possibility that Mike and I may take that whole responsibility over at some point. So, you know, we may get involved and we may start partnering with YouTube model builders and Model Railroad University to share ideas and share material and promote both organizations. So we'll see.
Well, show my videos out at Amherst.
Just to finish this up.
You get the big screen, right? You can show my videos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Just to get this, you know, we just want to make sure that we clarify this. None of the other production shows will be going by the wayside. They will not. They will be staying. Or the EMAG. They will be staying aboard, and they will be producing greater content.
Yeah, if I might add, Bill, I mean, part of where these shows turned into, and even, you know, getting away from the Model Railroad Tech Show, is we wanted more. I think the community asked for more hands-on, how do you do it type videos, and the content we're producing with the Interlocomotive Shop, Ralph's Weathering Show, the Fine Scale Build, it's all leading down the road that's what the community wanted to see from us. So that's part of the reason why the live show is put to the side, because, or is being put to the side, because of the fact that it's not delivering that kind of content, and that's mostly what everybody in the community wants.
Yeah, they want to see the videos. They want to
exactly,
and they want to see building. People doing they want to see tips. They want to see tricks, and this show helped develop that. And you can go out and search YouTube right now and find hundreds, if not thousands, of these now. So
we have quite a vast library of our own.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you can go out on YouTube Model Builders and just find all kinds of good stuff out there.
Well, just put it this way. I mean, just so that what we've done with this and the EMAG has even got us noticed by people like you, you know, Model Railroad Hobbyists and Train Masters TV. I mean, they know who we are.
Oh, who are they? I don't know.
But there's guys like Joe Kidgate.
I'm only kidding.
No.
Don't start that.
Don't start.
I don't want to.
No. You know, and no apologies or even. I mean, I'm just kidding around. Everybody knows these, so.
No, it's just to reiterate. It's a decision that was not made lightly. I can see by the comments that it's not, you know, and obviously I'm not looking to offend or to hurt anybody in regards to what we have decided to do here. That does not mean that any new content that we're putting together will not be in the future. We're working on things to do. We're working on things. Barry and I are not going away. You know, we're just trying. Like I said, the onus of the show, it's harder. I have to tell you. You know, I know you guys like it. Ralph Renzetti, you know, Ralph said, Bill, I disagree. The other shows are surpassing the live show. My opinion is that this is a special show, a staple that people rely on. And apples and oranges. You know,
I agree with
Dan Ward, TRP, says, I agree with Ralph. Ralph reiterates and says, it does not have to deliver that kind of content. It stands high on its own. You are absolutely correct, Ralph. And Dan, you both are. But the point is that it's harder and harder to secure guests on the show. It is, for me to have a half year last year, I had to start in November of 2016, actually the end of October of 2016, to get a half a year of 2017. And it wasn't simply based on, you know, calling people up and watching thousands of videos and sending out 50 emails. And I'm not saying, and I'm not complaining, please, I'm not here going, wah, wah, wah. You know, it has nothing to do with that. It just became harder and harder and harder to do, and to build the content and to put it out there. Trust me when I tell you, if I could reach out to everybody and anybody who wanted to be on it to make it interesting for you, I certainly would. That was our ultimate goal in the live show, was to get you know, to make it entertaining to you guys and to give it a platform for other modelers. And I hope we did that. With that said, does that mean that this disappears forever? No. For right now, we just step away from it and we try to retool it. We're not going to reinvent the mousetrap. We're certainly not going to try to, you know, be the king of whatever it is that we have to be. It's just that we need to take a step back from it, let the other shows move forward, and then maybe we can come back with something different and a little bit more. You know, that's not so. Maybe we come back and we do it every 2 months. You know.
Well, you know, with the number of YouTube channels that have come up, and I know this because I was involved through the, you know, the only reason I want to say this is because you're talking about not being able to get people on the live show, but if you think about it, back when I can't even tell you how long ago, but there was a point where there were a lot of different people that had YouTube channels, and then there were a lot of people that were setting up new channels. And this show was an avenue for them to be able to promote themselves and gain new subscribers and participate in what we call the community. And so a lot of the guests that we had early on were all part of it. And now that this has exploded on YouTube, the necessity of sharing other people's channels and the producers of those channels is not necessarily needed anymore, because it has exploded. There's, like I say, you can go out on YouTube now and find hundreds, if not thousands, of model railroad videos and stuff. So there's a lot of avenues now that are free. A lot of people that produce, and you know, they all get around and they leave messages on each other's YouTube videos, and all it takes is one person to hit one of those, and then they just get weeded off into other YouTube channels. So where we actually had a niche, we had a niche because people that put up a brand new channel, they would want to be on the show. They would send me messages, say, "Hey, what do I got to do to get on that?" You know.
And if we haven't changed the website, if you actually go back to the website and you see sign up for guests, you know, it will tell you in that's the original dialogue, and that's the original statement that you needed 500 subscribers,
right? Yeah,
to be on this show. To be Barry and I, when we started, Barry had no YouTube channel, and I had a YouTube channel with 13.
Well, I had one, but it didn't have any modeling videos. It had videos of Strasburg Railroad on it. I hadn't even started modeling on there yet.
Well, he had one viewer, and I had 13. And the only way we had to do this was we had to sneak in through the back door. And that's exactly what we did, because we would have never been eligible.
Running joke, because you became the host of the show, Bill, and I don't know how many subscribers you had, but
I think I had 27. I had 20.
But I think,
like, you know, after that last time when the show popped off and you filled in, Mike, on the third show, and then the next one we couldn't get in touch with you and everybody bailed, and me and Bill it's like a clandestine conversation in the back of the pizza shop. Hey, Bill, do you want to let this die? No. Done.
Yeah.
That pretty much was how this got started.
Well, there was a line of people waiting to get on then, you know. You could have got anybody on. And that's, you know, all I'm doing is just clarifying what you're saying, Bill. And I know that it's difficult now.
Right. ATSF Aventa Spur N Scaler says, don't you think that having a live show addresses some needs on the spot that can't be addressed otherwise by a pre-produced production, not to mention the live interaction with the viewers? I think it does. I think the live show, but if you watch our other shows, we also have a live interaction on, especially on Johnny's Thursday night Model Railroad Talk show. That is a wide avenue and a wide venue for a lot of discussions, a lot of critical discussions, not necessarily you know, about putting together wheel sets, but about the interaction of other modelers and the hobby, the state of the hobby itself. So yes, I think that they're doing. That's what I said, that the other shows are doing it on a more consistent basis. So, and Ralph Renzetti asked us, so are you going to do special shows with special guests? That is in the works, Ralph. That is something that we've been kicking around and been dealing with and trying to put together something similar to that. Yes.
I remember we had those special with Kathy Milliat from over in the UK. You know,
yes, we did.
so.
We a couple of, I think, John had had set that up because he had become friends with Kathy, and we had that show on an afternoon, a Saturday afternoon, due to time difference. Let's see, Ralph Rendetti, Great Lakes Rail Divisions. Every show I've seen has always been entertaining and informative. Thank you very much. Great Lakes Rails. ATSF says, yeah, but you can't find live experts to give real-time advice and techniques. I can.
It's the experts that's hard to find.
It's the experts that are hard to find.
Yeah, and I, like myself, I'm no expert, so
it's hard for guys, and I'm not saying that it's when a guy has over, you know, when he's well known and they're out there, it's hard to get them because of scheduling. You know, we are so gracious with Miles Hale that Miles makes room in his schedule for us. But how many times can I have Miles Hale on a live show? And to getting other shows, getting other people to come on, it's pretty difficult. Some people, to be quite honest, some people don't want to be on camera. Some people don't want to share their knowledge. Some people do not want to be a part of it. They like it. They love the concept. But when, hey, would you guys like to be on the show? No. Thank you, but no.
Yeah, I've known some guys that they don't want to even, they don't understand this. They said, why do these people ask these questions? You know, and like, so I explained to him, it's like the one guy said, right in here says, you know, I like getting my instant answers, and we are an instant, I want it now society, and even people our age have become that way somewhat. So they can come here, watch the video, learn something, and he could, why don't they just go over here? Look at my bookshelf. I've learned all this from all these books. I said, you don't get it. People don't want to do that now. This is how they want to subscribe and learn on the spot and get an answer, you know, right away. Ask a question, get an answer.
JD says, hey, Mike, good to see you again. Merry Christmas.
Who?
JD.
Oh, wow. God, that name rings a bell. Yeah. Yeah, I need to send you an email or something, and we'll get on the phone or something. I haven't talked to you in so long. I probably should do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get on chat, but yeah, it's good to hear from you. Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has been.
Yeah.
Lee says, no one ever asked me to be on the live show. You're on in January of 2018, Lee.
Who was that asked?
Lee
Brockler.
Does Lee have a YouTube channel?
I don't know, but
yes, does he have more than 500 subscribers?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Here's the great response from John Ransom. He goes, Bill, I think that you and Barry may be missing is that we enjoy you two, not just the expert. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, John. We do make quite the comedy team, don't we, Bill?
Do you guys know Abbott and Costello?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no, come on. You're going to do...
But,
you know, I was on TV doing that from the Three Stooges Museum on Channel 6 News in Philadelphia one time.
There you go. But it's been a great run and a lot of fun, but also brought a lot of people together. Al Mar Jr., Dan Ward. Some models are more show / hands-on people, and books don't cut it.
Yeah.
Troy Simpson, instant gratification generation, those darn young people.
Yeah, but
No one has asked me, Newcastle, Cohen, no one has ever asked me to be on the live show. Well, Newcastle, you might be in for a little bit of a surprise in the new year. We'll see what we can do.
oh my God, I'm gonna kill Eric.
Brian W., I rather enjoy the unscripted portion of the show while I work on the layout. Talking live model railroading is never bad.
This is true.
And Bill Fusion Enterprise goes, Lucy, you have some explaining to do.
But did you see Eric's comment, Bill?
Eric Hall?
Yes.
Stadler and Waldorf?
Do you know who that is?
No.
This guy didn't.
Two old guys on the Muppet Show up in the booth. You don't know.
I don't watch the, running.
You've never seen the original Muppet Show with the two guys up in the booth complaining and whining about everything. That was Statler and Waldorf.
Brian Wood said, I'm a little new here and only seen a few shows, but I enjoyed them and went to look for more of your shows. A little disappointing that there won't be more, but understand your stance on finding content. William Gordon, is Mike going to be a regular thing?
I
don't know, Mike. Are you? You want to be a regular thing on this thing?
I think it's like I say that I've got to get my situation straightened out after going through all this with my son and moving over here to Killeen. I've got to try and get my life together and I've got to get more room here. And but online, I'm on the computer. I check my mail every single day. I reply to all comments on any of my videos. I always reply to those, so I'm reachable. I don't know that I'll be like any kind of active in YouTube model builders per se, but I'm around. I mean, I have a Facebook page. I think you can find that Modeler Man Mike on Facebook, and I have a Twitter. I don't hardly ever use Twitter, but you can sure find me, and you know. If you have questions or something about one of my videos or editing videos for YouTube or anything that I can help you with, I'll certainly reply and start a conversation. Now, I'm going to try as quick as I can to try and get my situation set up so that I can get in some of the hangouts, because I really do miss hanging out with Johnny. Johnny and I used to hang out a whole lot, and used to get all random people into rooms and get beat up. That's just basically what it is. But you know, yeah, I hope to. I really do hope to. I won't take on any major projects like YouTube model builders. I know Bill and I kind of kicked around some thought about trying to do a little something, you know, some kind of a live show every couple months or something like that. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm going to try. I have no layout. I have no means to work on any buildings. I have no means to work on any rail cars or anything. It's all in storage. And so I'm not going to be much fun. I mean, but yeah, to answer the question, I hope to.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think you are. I think you are a lot of fun. ATS, let me go back to this. I want to address this question or this statement that he's made. ATSF Venta Spur Enscale says, I'm even more disappointed to hear this news because this is the first time I've seen your show. ATSF, you know, this wasn't a decision that was brought on lightly. You know, this wasn't something that I just woke up and said, you know, I don't want to do this, you know. But in looking at what was going on and how we're progressing in other ways, you know, something had to give. And since this is the situation where getting content is pretty difficult, and we're kind of getting like Joe Desmond involved. He's a newer modeler, and he's getting more involved, and others who are doing it. Does it mean that we're going away forever and a day? No, absolutely not. We're just taking a break from it. And oh, okay, his name is Tom. Tom, I'm Bill. Pleasure to meet you, and thank you for your kind comments, Tom. And we're just taking a break from it. We're stepping away from it at this time, and you know, we're going to rethink things out, you know. And it's not a ploy, you know, for you guys to hammer and say, hey, you know, we want you guys back. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with that we want to make the production work for you. And and sometimes I got to be honest with you. It gets nerve-wracking when I don't have anybody, you know, and I got to like come up with something, and I don't have a problem winging it. And I don't, but it sometimes gets a little bit like tiresome, and it gets like, anybody who's been on this show, a raise of hands, you know, when this show is over and done and we say we're off the air, it takes a lot out of you. And when you have the production and you have to do it, there's a lot of work that goes into this. It's just not, we just don't show up and just do it. And I'm not, again, it's not about, you know, us patting ourselves on the back, because it's not just me and Barry, it's everybody. The bottom line is we just need to step away a little bit. We need to promote the other things that are happening in the YouTube model builders community and move forward with that and let them flourish. And then we're going to rethink this, because we got some really talented people in this thing that we're doing here, and they're helping us, you know. So, you know, we're just going to rethink it. That's all. We're just thinking it. But it would be good to see Mike in daily hangouts. I can keep him up till 6 a.m. instead of him keeping you guys. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, really.
Payback. I love that.
Hey, you know, we talked about earlier about, I think I'm getting feedback here. You talked about earlier about getting another hangout after this. I don't know if that's mentioned here, or, you know, I wouldn't mind joining a hangout, or what is it? It's not a hangout anymore. It's something else, but
Called live chat.
yeah, if somebody sends me a link or something after this, I'd sure appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's where we're on. I didn't want to, you know, I know this was, you know, with Mike on the show tonight, because I wanted to bring Mike on as Mike was giving us all these kudos. I wanted to bring him on the last show, because he, you know, he's what spawned this mess. So he should take full responsibility for it, you know, up to finally. And
one of those poop bags. We need a poop bag. Clean this up. One of those little doggy poop bags.
And stuff like that. But so you know, we're moving forward, and I think that, you know, we have a lot of good things in store for you guys. You know, Johnny is the new, you know, the new production manager and video guy, and we just recently had a meeting, and we're putting together ideas, and we have some really good stuff. We have Joe Desmond that is, you guys have seen him into the locomotive shop. We're doing some really wonderful things with him, and he's so enthusiastic. And the eMag is like definitely taking off. I mean, you know, we're doing some really great stuff, and on that end of it, you know, JD and his crew, they work so diligently hard, and they do have full-time jobs. So as most of us, I think Johnny and I are the only, and Ralph and any of the retirees here. So, but on the whole, most of these guys put in time as a hobby. So, you know, it's, you know, we're doing a lot of good things, and, you know.
Hey, I just want to bring up something here. You know, we were talking about earlier, I think we were talking about YouTube channels, and there was a, you know, I went around and, well, I do this. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and there's been quite a few people that have come on in the last, you know, even 6 months or a year. And there's one is a girl that does a lot of videos that I equate to some higher end videos. I can't remember her name. Maybe somebody can.
Is that Kathy Milliat from the UK?
Yeah, I think so. She's got that, that KM logo that's got the little triangle. Yeah, that's man, that channel needs to be broadcast somehow. But there's quite a few of them. Luke's really come a long way on his videos. The Colorado North joint line. Yeah. But I just wanted to say that.
Well, Al Ma has a question, and he asked it earlier, and Al, I do apologize for not asking the question. But Mike, he says, Mike, do you think, Mike, do you? I'm trying to get it. Does Mike think we're YouTube? Wait. That's my fault. My reading glasses. Did you think? Okay, I got it. Did you think that this is where YouTube model builders would be what it is today?
No, absolutely not. I think that with I say the addition of, but you know, and I can say it again with these guys stepping up, and I guess I mentioned these two gentlemen sitting in the room with me, but you know, also Johnny. Without these guys stepping up and taking it over, it would have folded then. So I thought it was just going to fold. And then on as it's been going, it's gained momentum. You know, the hangouts that Johnny's doing. There was a few other people that you guys might remember if you've been with YouTube Model Builders a while, as Dude Lindler and Troy. You know, these guys all really worked hard on this. And let me say this. This is all volunteer. Nobody makes any money off of this. As a matter of fact, for the most of us at the time, it would cost us money because we would have to do certain things to either buy giveaways or just like the registration of this appear in. That's paid for by an individual in YouTube Model Builders. So, you know, for something that's offered to the community for free and that has used volunteers for advertising, for structure, for everything, it's a huge mechanical beast that is just amazing to see how it all works. So knowing what was involved in putting it together, and at the times that I left, I just kept waiting for it to just kind of fall out. But I think Bill said earlier that it's you guys that have kept it going. You know, the volunteers that do this stuff, they enjoy doing it. And as long as you're watching and as long as you're reading and participating, I think it's always going to be here. So, yeah, to answer that question is no, I really didn't think it would go this long.
Troy Simpson says, you guys do so much for the community and it is greatly appreciated. However, you don't want to get burned out from doing this and have the quality suffer. So doing less, but doing it better is smart. And that's also a play in it, Troy. Yeah. It also has a lot to do with it. You know, Barry has a recent change in his family history. He recently got married and, you know, he's inherited, you know, a family along with it. I'm retired and very much involved in my church and youth mentoring group. So yeah, you know, you want to put the best foot forward and do the best thing forward and stuff like that. So, you know, and
I think too, you know, I know that God, I just hate to sound like I'm not involved in YouTube Model Builders at all. I used to kind of be the team lead, but I know that it probably wouldn't hurt to say that, you know, if you're interested in participating and being part of the YouTube Model Builders team, I believe that you could probably still do that by contacting Johnny or JD. I guess you could still contact you, huh?
Oh, me?
Bill? Yeah.
Yeah, mine is always a flat no. We don't need it.
Well, you know, the thing is it is a big wheel that needs a lot of gears, and And I know that whenever I was doing it, it's difficult to find people that want to put the time in, good quality time, into something that's free. You don't make any money on it, you know. So open up for that. If you've been watching this stuff for the last 3 years, it might be time for you to give back and support, you know, by volunteering. They can always use all different kinds of stuff. So
yeah, we always looking for people who want to do it and be involved in it. Mike Almar Jr. says, thanks, Mike, for the video. I saw about 4 years ago. That made me belong to a great group of people. So
this is your great community. I mean, not only do we have these live shows that we do in our YouTube channel, but we have great communities in Google Plus and several different communities on Facebook that just keep this hobby going and going. You know, it's amazing.
It's just exploded.
Oh yeah.
Let us do another giveaway moment here, and then
I'm gonna step away from.
All
sure,
right.
go right ahead. And while we're doing this giveaway moment, before we air it, you know, you guys can get ready to whatever you got to do to put it on screen. But before we do, I just want to take this moment to thank all the people in the giveaways. Dave's decals. Dave, I greatly appreciate your input and helping us with the giveaways and your time, and for the many times that I've gotten the email and the address is wrong. So thank you very much, Dave, for your input. And to Eddie from Weathering Solutions, thank you again for coming aboard and being a part of this, and just being real easygoing about a lot of things. And John from
Highways and Byways.
Highways and Byways, thank you so much again for being a part of this, and you know, and stuff. I'd be remiss not to if I didn't mention that you know, Strikeforce Hobbies and Rue, who has been extremely helpful and promoting the YouTube Model Builders channel by putting it all across his you know, all across his Facebook webpage. You know, when you tune in, is proud supporter of YouTube Model Builders. And to Jeff and Heather, you know, for their undying and support of what they saw and what they believed in, without any question, said, here, you know, do this, and every month have been you know, quite reliable. And another thank you, he's no longer part of us, but to Long Shadow Trees. I want to thank, I want to thank Bob Lacey, because Bob was one of the first ones Mike contacted in giving away trees, and Bob was very gracious. And though I know that most of the time it cost you guys money to send this out, I know that for a fact, especially overseas and stuff like that. But your dedication and your due diligence to it is greatly appreciated. And don't think for one moment that we've ever taken you for granted and didn't appreciate what you did and what you've done for the hobby and what you're continuing to do for the hobby. So again, a very big thank you to all the giveaway people that are out there. And, you know, again, thank you so very much.
All right, let me get ready to share my screen. All right.
Dave Decals, models, decals, and other assorted stuff. Your choice of 2 sheets. If you win this giveaway, you'll be given the choice of 2 sheets. And you can check out Dave's at daveart.net. I'm telling you, it is worth the look. It is worth the look.
What's the P word, Bill, for his collection? Plethora.
He has a plethora. Yes, Barry. He has a plethora of decals that you can look, that you can peruse.
There you go. All right.
And Strikeforce Hobbies winner will receive a $50 gift certificate to Strikeforce Hobbies. Again, thank you, Strikeforce Hobbies and Rue, for your partnership in this. You can check out StrikeForceHobbies.com. Even if you're not into model railroading and into RC racing and any planes, plastic shipbuilding, whatever it is, and any kind of conceivable tool, these guys have it. So check out StrikeForceHobbies.com. And they'll be giving away a gift certificate of $50. Our good friend Eddie from Weathering Solutions, any 3 products from our website, you can get 3, graffitis, oil spots, rust spots, 3 of one, or separate them, whatever it is, but you'll get 3 products from his website. So thank you, Eddie, for your continued support as well. And from our good friend Jeff and Heather, we have Punch Plate Bridge Kit from Central Valley Model Works. They will be giving this bridge kit away. And again, thank you so very, very much to Jeff and Heather and CVMW, Central Valley Model Works, because their continuing support of us was appreciated. Very much so. Very, very much so. Thank you, guys. And our newest is White River Production, giving away a free 3-month subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman. Always bringing you the best in model railroading since 1933. Thank you for being a part of this too, guys. And this thank you to Curtis Hunt of CNL Railroads, his model railroading logo. He's the one who got us in touch with these good people down there. So thank you very much for that.
All right, so let me do a little housekeeping here, Bill. So tonight, the sign-in page, again, go to YouTubeModelBuilders.com, and if you click on the YouTube Model Builders Live at the top, at the very bottom, you'll see the where you go to enter, and then the password for tonight is all lowercase. The word is scale.
I can enter, right? I can enter?
No.
I don't know. What do you think, Bill? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
I'm not a team.
You ain't got a place to model it anyway, so what are you going to do with it, huh? It's going to sit in the shelf.
I just want one of those punch plate bridge kits.
So does everybody.
I'll buy you one for Christmas.
Yeah.
So the page is active now, folks. So if you go to YouTubeModelBuilders.live and click on the menu there, at the very bottom, you will see live show giveaway entry form. And you just go in there and fill out your information, and you will be entered to win one of these fantastic prizes. And the password is all lowercase, scale. The word scale, S-C-A-L-E.
Plural.
Now we wait. Ding, 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 ding.
We don't have to fill the air with that. Yeah, some fun here. Bill needs to show us some of this new modeling he's doing there. You got to have like a rail car or something sitting in front of you, right?
Who?
You, Bill. You.
Oh, I presently have been working on this.
Oh, cool. Very nice. I like that.
What I've done.
Heavy forklift, but man, you just picked that up like nothing.
Yeah, I know. And I started working on this, but this became more. It's a cement truck for my Perez cement factory. But what happened was, as I was working on this,
what happened was
there's a lot of small parts in this.
Oh, and those glasses, I can tell they're just not doing the trick.
Is there a scale figure of Jimmy Hoffa in there?
He's inside the.
He's inside there, but it's the fat fingers. It has nothing to do with the glasses. It has to do with the fat fingers.
The sausage fingers. That's a hard, difficult thing to get past when you're modeling.
But instead of just like, most people, because they got it going like that, they would just like throw it out, or give it away to their nephew, and say, here, you put it together, or something like that. But what I've done is I've taken them out. I've taken the parts out, and I've severely weathered them and rusted them up, and I'm using them as scrap loads.
Oh, there you go.
I know, right?
Ingenious.
I know, and you guys just thought I was another pretty face.
Yeah, so you're not using like paper clips and
No.
thumbtacks and
No.
yeah, you're using real stuff from a truck.
Yeah, I'm going. Like I said, it's it's you think I know you mistake this for another pretty face. You don't think I'm that smart, but I am.
I just had a great idea thanks to you, Bill. I got this old thing here that needs to be replaced and retired, so I figure I can tear this out of here and use this for scrap metal load in a gondola somewhere.
What's that? That's your soldering iron cleaner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of beat up looking. It's all caked up with solder, so I got to get a new one. This might make good scrap metal load.
But you want to know what I learned? I was watching a video of a guy I forgot his name, and I do apologize. He was doing a video on a gentleman whose railroad is going to be non-existent. The guy's taking I think it has to deal with health issues and age. So he's taking it down. So the gentleman was videotaping it for historical purposes.
Oh, wow.
So, but as he was videotaping it, he was panning the camera along the line, and he was showing the guy doing operations. So in doing operations, I noticed he was uncoupling his trains with an uncoupling tool, and then he put it down, and I was like, that's pretty interesting stuff. And what he was doing was he took a barbecue skewer, and he put the wire tap at the end of it.
Oh.
And he was using it to and I went out, and I have how many of you guys out in your house right now could go in your junk drawer? You don't even have to go to your workbench. Just go to your junk drawer. I'm sure you can pull these wire tabs out. These are the ones you get when your wife buys the fan, and you just take that packet along with the instructions and just throw them to the side. I got this. Put some bubble gum around the wire. But I'm telling you, I've been using them on the South Brooklyn Railroad to uncouple. I'm telling you, these are the best.
That's a great idea, man.
And they're weighted, so when you put them down, they just stand up, and you can just pick them. I'm telling you, man. You learn a lot of things when you watch.
You remember what Troy did with his? He put a magnet on the other end and uses it to trip a reed switch to flip his turnouts. So he just uses the pick, just twiddles it, uncouples it, and he wants to throw a turnout. He just takes it in, taps like a bush, and his turnout throws. It was a pretty ingenious idea, actually.
Yeah, very good.
Bill, I only had like 2 questions. No, 3 questions.
Actually, I made those questions up.
Did you? Thank you so much. I don't feel like I've wasted my time.
Yeah, no, I didn't want you to think that either.
No.
You were that important.
It's not a waste of time. I mean, I enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, that would be Steve Bennett, who was documenting. Excuse me. I'm sorry for this cold. Let me just hold on. Let me just.
Brian Wood, if you go to YouTubeModelBuilders.com, up at the top you'll see it says YouTube Model Builders Live. Just click on that and it'll drop down at the very bottom. You'll see the giveaway entry form. And remember the password, it's been typed in here, but to repeat it, it's the word SCALE, S-C-A-L-E, all lowercase. I just typed it in there.
Is that the same as like a fish scale?
Could be, especially if you're modeling a fish market.
That's what we're...
Let's refresh and see how we're doing here. Yeah,
well, Bill, I don't know what you're going to do with yourself, buddy.
I'm taking a short vacation. I'm going to I'm just going to find out life's really difficult questions.
Oh, yeah. You're going on walkabout.
What do all these guys think about me coming back and running things? Because, after you leave, I'm going to have to step in,
Well, I want to find out about.
Be okay with that.
They'd have to be, wouldn't they? Or they
Nah, nah. You know what? That's not true. I'm just making up stuff. I was waiting for Johnny to pop in and say, "You're going to do what?"
No, what you're trying to do is cause controversy.
Yeah, well, I seen Johnny come on, so I haven't
Mike
pushed his
is
buttons enough.
nothing but a nudge. He loves to nudge people.
Do you know that? And I, you know, when Johnny texts or call me, and I love the guy dearly. I know you're listening, John. When John calls or texts me, he always specifies in the beginning of the text, "There's no fire to be put out. I just need
just want to say hi."
If the message on my phone, he's like, "Bill, this is John. There is no fire to be put out. I just need to ask a question."
Hey, and Johnny, just so you know, buddy, I know you're listening. I don't care what Bill says about you. I think you're an okay guy.
I'll second that, Mike.
Mike, they want to know what happened to the hat.
Oh, well, it was like I was telling Bill earlier that I took about an hour and a half fixing this hair up, and I just hated to ruin it by wearing that hat. Actually, it's not really an indoor hat, so
they're going to take your Texas card for that, don't you?
Well, I'd have to do this outside. My apartment is so small, I can't get that hat in here to get on this big head, you know.
It's not the hat, it's the head.
Yeah, it's the head.
Yeah.
Well, we are holding steady at 32 entries right now, so we'll give everybody a couple more minutes. If I don't see any more, we'll call the ball.
I will say this: we are holding steady at 63 people watching.
We had 70 at one point.
Yes, good.
Which was great.
Oh, hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's right. So small, he's got to go outside to change his mind. Oh yeah, Mark Donovan's going to be up there at Amherst with us once again, Bill.
Yes, I signed up for my clinic. I am all set. I have my hotel room, and no, Mark, I will not be sharing a room with you and anybody else.
Put track on that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could do like a Z-scale track around your hat.
Edwin says it. Edwin
All
says
right, here you go.
Hey, there we go. There's the hat.
There's the hat.
It's messing up my hair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the modeler man, Mike, we know and love.
There you go.
You get it all in here. And I even really start talking like a Texan whenever I have this on, too.
Yeah, it's funny. When I used to go to North Carolina a lot for work, I started going down there every time we got the plane. I started going y'all and dang it. You know?
Yeah, it happens.
I'm sure I'm sure the Southerners appreciate that, the fact that you're from South Jersey.
Yeah,
probably take it as you're making fun of them. And
no, there was one particular guy that worked in our office down there. And that's all he ever said. So he said, "Why you do that?" Well, that's all you ever say. He goes, "No, I don't. Dang it!" He just walked out of the office, hanging his head down.
You know, I'm from Amarillo, and it took years to shake that thing. You know, I worked in corporate America for years and years, and people just look at you like you're stupid. You know, well, maybe I was, I don't know, but yeah, you have to get away from that Texas accent for some reason.
Well, Almar says that he'll find me at the Fine Scale show, and you certainly will, Al. And as most of you know, that we're on this tube, and this is about as much as we can see his head. You know,
yeah.
And I was in one of the auditoriums, standing by a concession stand, and who comes walking by but Almar? And I recognized the man right away. I said, "Almar," and he turned and said, "Bill Graham," and I was like, "Yes, how are you, Al?" So
you probably had to look down at him, didn't you?
No,
no. When I met Bill, Mike, it was a dream show. I looked up at him. And the first words out of my mouth, "Damn, you're big."
Yeah, dang it.
Dang it. And Ralph Renzetti wants to know, what clinics have you signed up for, Bill? Let me see. Let me see, Ralph. Let me see. On Friday. Oh, wait. Friday, from 1 to 2 p.m., I have this workbench to mainline weathering thing. Yeah.
That sounds good.
I'm sorry, Barry. I didn't take any of your workshops,
I'm only doing one this time. I'm
yeah,
just
well,
doing
the only reason
DCC wiring.
because you know what? If I'm in your clinic, I'm reverting back to high school.
I gotta pick your head off the desk when you fall asleep.
No, it wouldn't be that. I'd be like immersively like in the background, like just like being like really stupid.
He'd be back
Like
there
when you would
throwing spit wads and
when
stuff.
you hand out the gloves, you know, the plastic, the latex gloves, I would be like, "Yo, Barry, you gave me 2 left-handed ones, man. That's not cool." You know? Or Barry, are you sure I can't hold the other end of the X-Acto knife?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would just make your life. Nobody
Reminds me. Miles owes me one of them X-Acto holders he carries around in his pocket.
I'm doing the Mike O'Connor, Chooch hands on. I'm doing adhesions. I'm doing weathering plastic kits.
Oh, cool.
I'm doing backdrops, and I'm doing the Larry Ryan Third Rail Clinic.
Really?
Yeah,
Lionel Third Rail Clinic.
I can expand my horizons.
This is true. This is true.
And
He does some interesting stuff.
So yeah, so I'm doing that, and then on Friday, I'm doing the Mike O'Connell Part 2 with the Chooch thing, and then Mike Baker with paints and glue, and then Ralph.
Oh, he's good.
Ralph with workbench to mainline, and then I'm doing layout command control.
With TCS, yeah, I want to see that one.
And then the last
go in there and help him.
I'm gonna do the rolling stock tune-up class.
Cool. You got some good selections here, Bill.
Yeah, and I just got my letter in the mail from. I'm sharing this with you guys. I hope you don't mind. From Clinic. On behalf of the Amherst Railroad Society and Amherst Railroad, thank you for participating in clinic programs. And if you guys are on the bubble about signing up for this, the cost of the show, the cost of doing it is $100. It's $97, right? But what you get for that is you get it's in the Sheridan Springfield Monarch Place Hotel, which is a very, very nice hotel. And with that, you get included is breakfast, lunch, and admission. With the $97, you get breakfast and lunch. And trust me when I tell you, it's not one of those.
Good.
It's a good lunch thing. And a good breakfast thing. And you get admission to the Saturday and Sunday for both days to Amherst. And I think and you receive a badge and a lanyard for admission. But it's worth the price of admission. I think I went 2 years ago, and I thought it was well worth it. And I made a promise that I'd do it every 2 years. So if you want, you guys should check it out, because I think if you can afford to, the hotel, or if you're around the New England area, you can shack up, with somebody, or bunk with somebody, share a room, that would really be good.
I mean, Amherst is just an experience. I mean, Bill didn't realize how big it was, and no matter how much I would describe it, till you walk 750,000 square feet of model trains, you can't even grasp it.
It's a train show on steroids.
It's still. I've been going for years and years with Mike. We've been teaching for Miles and Fran, or attending those clinics for years, working for TCS there. It still boggles my mind. I know the ways of the show now, where I can, grab my list of vendors and plot my way through the thing. But still, it's just a blast to run through that show and it covers 4 buildings, 4 separate buildings out of the 15 there, and 750,000 square feet of floor space. And so it's definitely it's something that you got to at least do once. Oh, look at this. Mr. Dude Lindler's in the chat tonight.
He says hello, Michael.
So let's check something here.
Is Dude?
Yeah, Dude's here. He says long time.
Dude.
Hey, Dude.
Doodle.
Hey, you know, I don't know how long you've been in, but you know, I gave you some kudos earlier, and I hope that you'll like send me a couple dollars because I can sure use it.
You know, someone we didn't mention, you know, all the very beginnings of hangouts with Dude and Troy stuff was Gino too. Gino Sharp.
Oh, Gino, right? Yeah. Hey, Dude. Later, I know they're talking about getting another chat together later. If you can join, that'd be great.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's about time to pick the winners. So,
how many entries you got?
37.
Wow.
So let me pull up my little notepad with all the giveaways on it.
Man, I hope I win. I entered 3 times.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Pick. Poof. Okay. They've been picked. I have all these nice, bright, shiny green things up on my screen. So, giveaway 1, the fantastic Dave's decals from davart.net goes to Mr. Dan Ward. And then on giveaway 2, our $50 gift certificate to the fabulous folks at Strike Force Hobbies goes to Lloyd Henchy. No, I'm sorry. Strike that. Michael Oden.
Sorry, Lloyd.
Yeah, sorry, Lloyd.
Yeah.
My bad. Giveaway 3. Weathering Solutions decals from Eddie Bauer at Weathering Solutions. Make sure I get this one right. That is Mr. Eric Hall.
Oh, see,
And
that's just
then
not right.
the giveaway number 4, everybody's favorite, the fabulous 150-foot punch
Model
plate
Man
bridge
Mike.
from Central Valley Model Works. That is giveaway number 4. That goes to Lloyd Henchy. So he gets the pick of the litter. And then giveaway number 5, the 3-month subscription to Railroad Model Craftsman from White River Productions. That one goes to Bill Urban. So I want to congratulate all of our winners tonight. I hope you all enjoy your prizes. And thank you for watching our wonderful show here.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for being aboard and being on the show. Greatly appreciate you coming in for the last one of the
Absolutely
show at this time.
It's 6 tacos, right?
6 tacos on
When
the
did I get
See,
those?
I was trying to give you 12 pack from Taco Bell, man.
I ate the 6.
You can get the 6 from
He
Bill and
ate the
12 from
crunchy
you.
tacos.
Well,
Heck, that's
anyway,
18 tacos, man. I can make myself sick.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're signing off. But thank you very much, Mike, for being on here. And
You're very welcome.
And thank you again for something that you started that is still continuing and in the spirit of free. Free is for me, as we used to say back in the early days when we started.
Keep it free.
Free is for me. And thank you for
all the kind words, Mike.
Right.
Oh,
thank you again for those kind words. And we want to thank the viewers out there in the community for your undying support and for your big contribution of just being a part of this. And without you, we're just talking to empty air. And on behalf of Barry and myself, and I know Mike, Model Man Mike, and Johnny and Andrew and JD and everybody else, and we just want to wish you and your families a very blessed Merry Christmas and a very prosperous and a most peaceful New Year. And also Happy Hanukkah and all the other holidays that I didn't get to and whatever it is. But I just want to thank you very much. This has been a very, very joyous, good ride for me. And I know for Barry, I can speak for Barry and say it has been. And it's just been a great ride. And we're not going away. We're not going away. We're coming back, but we're just taking a little break and a little side thing. So with that said, thank you guys very much for being a part of this. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you guys on the radio. All right?
Amen, brother.
You take care and God bless. Michael, thank you again for being a part of this. Barry, as always, an extraordinary director. And Johnny,
thank you, sir.
Thank you again for your leadership and for your guidance there behind this craziness that's going on.
Take care, guys.